Hi everyone, welcome to today's yoga class. This practice is all about finding your inner strength both physically and mentally. Let's start in child's pose. Coming onto your knees, bring them out nice and wide, big toes together, and stretch your arms forward, resting your forearms and forehead on the mat. Begin to deepen your inhales and extend your exhales. Breathing in, exhaling out through the back of your throat. Slowly start to roll up through the spine, bringing the knees underneath the hips and shoulders over the wrists for tabletop. Warming up the spine with some cat-cow. So as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round the spine, pressing the mat away for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Keep flowing with your breath. Let's take one more cow. Exhale, cat. Back to neutral spine. Tuck your toes, lift your hips high, and press back into downward facing dog. Spread your fingers wide and ground through the palms. Feel your spine lengthen as your heels sink towards the mat. Deep breath in. Flow forward into a high plank, stacking shoulders over wrists and engaging your core. As you exhale, press back into downward dog. Let's do this 3 times. Roll through the spine, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use your breath to move with control. Inhale forward, exhale back. Lift the right leg up for 3-legged dog. As you exhale, bring your knee to your left elbow, hover. As you inhale, lift the leg back up, 3-legged dog. Let's do this 3 more times, knee to elbow. Inhale, lift the leg up. Feeling the strength building in your core. One more time, inhale, leg up. Exhale, knee to elbow. And then let's step it back into high plank. Modification, lower down onto your knees. Engage your quads, draw your belly in towards your spine, pressing firmly through your hands. Deep breath in, exhale out. Start to roll onto the outside of your right foot and stack your left foot on top for side plank. Modification, lower down onto your right knee. Keep reaching with your left arm, stacking the shoulders. Keep lifting through your hips. And return back to downward facing dog to reset. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. Deep bend in the knees, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up, bend the knees, sinking into chair pose. Bring your hands together at heart center. Inhale to lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, twist to your right, bringing your left elbow outside your right knee. Stay strong in your legs while twisting through your core, keeping the knees in line with each other. See if you can sit just a little bit lower, keeping the gaze upwards or down towards the mat. Come back through to center and fold forward. Inhale halfway, hands to heart center. Start to shift your weight over your right leg and extend your left leg back. Warrior 3. Modification, you can always lower your left toes down to the mat to help with your balance. Keep your hips square, gaze is steady. Option to extend the arms forward. And if you lose your balance, just try to center yourself and bring yourself back into Warrior 3 whenever you're ready. Breathing in, exhale out. Lower your hands down to the mat, standing split. See if you can lift your left leg up just a little bit higher. Staying with your breath. Slowly begin to lower the left leg down to meet the right into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Lower down to a seated position, knees bent, feet on the mat, legs hip width distance apart. Extend arms forward, palms up, and start to lean back into boat pose. Keeping your spine nice and long, engaging your core. If you'd like to add a little bit more intensity, lift your feet up off the mat or straighten your legs. Holding here in boat pose, breathing steadily. Keep the chest nice and open. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Stay strong. Just 2 more breaths. And cross the ankles, hands to mat, step it back into plank and move through your vinyasa. Lower down chaturanga, inhale upward facing dog, and as you exhale, going back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, big exhale out. Step the right foot to the center of the mat and lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring your knee to your right elbow. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, crossing the body. Inhale, lift the leg back up. Exhale, back to elbow. One more time, bring the knee to the elbow. Hold. Lift the leg back up, three-legged dog, and bring the leg back down, rolling through the spine into high plank. Keeping the core nice and strong, spine is long. Stay with your breath. And let's roll onto the outer edge of your left foot. Stack your right foot on top for side plank, extending the right arm up. Again, option to lower down onto your right knee. Building the strength in the obliques, hips, and shoulders. Keep lifting up the hips. Bring the right arm down and press it back into downward facing dog. Deep bend in the knees and step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Sit the pelvis back and down, bending through the knees into chair pose. Bring your palms together at heart center. Inhale to lengthen, and as you exhale, twist to the left, keeping the knees in line. See if you can sit a little bit deeper. Stay strong as you hold here for just a couple more breaths. And bring yourself back to center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale as you lift yourself up halfway, hands to heart center. Shift your weight over your left hip. Hinge forward as you extend your right leg back. Warrior 3. Modification, bring your right toes to the mat, working on your balance. Feel free to keep your hands through the heart center or extending the arms forward for a little bit more of a challenge. Really working on improving our balance and coordination in Warrior 3. Strengthening through the legs, the back, the shoulders, the core. Bring the hands back to heart center. Lower the hands down. Lift the right leg up for our standing split. And start to lower the right leg down to meet with the left. Fold forward. Start to lower down onto your seat, preparing for boat pose. Keeping the legs hip width distance apart, knees are bent. Extend the arms forward and slowly start to lean back, engaging through the core. Feel free to stay here or lift one foot off the mat. Maybe lifting both feet up off the mat. If it's in your practice, straightening the legs. Keeping the chest open, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. Breathing in, exhale out. And slowly crossing the ankles, hands to mat, taking your vinyasa, lowering down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll through the spine into high plank and then lower down onto your forearms for forearm plank. Keeping your shoulders stacked over your elbows, keeping the core engaged. Modification, lower down onto your knees. Pressing into the mat with your forearms and keeping your spine in a neutral position. Breathing in, exhale out. Lower the knees down, lift yourself up onto your hands, preparing for our side plank with a leg lift. So let's go ahead and roll onto the outside of the left foot. Right arm reaches up. See if you can lift the left leg for an extra challenge for your balance and to build even more stability. Breathing in, exhale out. Lower the left leg down and flip it over to high plank. Lower down onto your knees. And lower yourself down halfway for chaturanga push-ups. Bring it back up. Again, lower down halfway. Bring it up. And one more. Let's tuck the toes and press it back into downward facing dog. Let's lift the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Moving into warrior two, so arms are lifted up parallel to the mat. Left foot is parallel to the back of the mat. Flip the front palm open and bring the right arm up overhead. Left hand can rest on the leg, or if a bind is in your practice, reaching for your right hip crease. Keeping the back leg engaged, front knee is bent, feeling that side body stretch. Let's frame the right foot, spinning high on the left toes, stepping it back into plank and moving through your vinyasa. Lower down, inhale upward facing dog or baby cobra, exhale downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Start to roll through the spine, high plank, and then lower down onto your forearms for forearm plank. Keeping the shoulders in line with the elbows. Modification, you can always drop down onto your knees. And start to lower down onto your knees, preparing for side plank. An option to take a modified side plank, so keeping your right knee on the mat, reaching the left arm up and left foot lifts up off the mat. If you'd like to take the full side plank, just roll onto the outside of your right foot, lifting the left leg up. Keep breathing. And slowly lower the left leg down, flipping it over into high plank. Lower down onto your knees and taking our chaturanga push-ups. Let's go for 3. So lower down, bring yourself up. Lower down and up. Last one. Tuck the toes, bring it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it through. Let's go into warrior two, flipping the back foot so it's parallel to the mat. Arms are parallel, palms facing down. Let's flip the front palm and bring the arm up overhead into a reversed warrior. Option to take your bind, reaching for the left hip crease. Breathing in, exhale out. Let's bring our hands down to the mat, framing the left foot. Step it back into plank and move through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll through the spine and start to lower yourself down onto your knees. Bringing the knees and feet together, lowering the sits bones down towards the heels, and bringing the arms back beside you for a narrow child's pose. Either resting the forehead on a mat or a block to create a little bit more space. Starting to slow the breath down, breathing in, exhale out. Reach the arms forward, roll up through the spine. And let's move into thread the needles. So starting with the left arm, reaching up. As you exhale, thread it underneath the right arm, resting the left shoulder blade on the mat. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Pressing into the mat with the right hand, lift the left arm back up and bring the left hand back down to mat. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, threading the right arm underneath the left. Feeling that stretch in the shoulders. And pressing into the mat with the left hand, reaching the right arm back up and bring the hand back down. Swing the legs over to one side and come onto your sits bones, extending both legs forward. Feet are flexed, toes are pointing up, lifting the arms up. And as you exhale, folding forward, seated forward fold. Either resting the hands on the thighs, the outsides of the ankles, or the outsides of the feet. Stretching through the backs of the legs and releasing any tension through the lower back. Start to roll up through the spine, reaching both arms forward, palms facing up, deep breath in. As you exhale, start to roll all the way down onto your back, letting the legs extend alongside the long edges of the mat, letting the arms rest beside you for your final Shavasana. Let go of any tension and allow yourself to simply be. Stay here for as long as you'd like. Thank you for sharing your energy with me today. I hope you feel strong, stable, and centered. And I'll see you in the next class. Namaste.